Hi everybody, Lori Marie here, mixed media artist in Vallejo, California. Yesterday was pajama day and I'm afraid today is not much better. I've enjoyed being in the studio for the past couple of days. It's been fantastic. So I did post a video on the completed altered book that we've been working on together. So of course I'm ready to start another book, which I have done. And our video today is how to make pockets in that altered book. So I know we made pockets in the last altered book, so let's go forward and try to make some different pockets in this one, okay? Sounds great. See you on the table. All right, welcome back. Let's talk about the supplies that we're going to need. This is the altered book that I have started. So we are going to be working on this one together. So you will need your book that you're going to continue to alter or start to alter. You're going to need some watercolor paints, some 91% alcohol. I have mine in a small spray bottle. I have a little dish that I'm going to mix my watercolors in because the water is very important in this process. I have some colors of ink spray. Here again, I'm not married to any brand or anything. These just happen to all be Lindy's. I have blue, green, and a reddish color. These kind of have some sparkly things in the bottom. That's just happenstance. I'm going to need a brush, our trusty Mod Podge, and Gesso, which I'm running low on. I just ordered some more today. And then a glue gun, which is different for us. I don't very often use a glue gun, but it works well in making these pockets. Okay, so let me get these things out of here. What you're going to need to do is create 6 two-page spread. How do I say that? 6 2 pages. We'll just call it that, okay? Because we're going to be using 3 on one side and 3 on the other side. So you will need 6. So go ahead, if you haven't torn pages out of your book, tear out about 8 pages at this point. Okay, and then I'm just going to show you real quick how I glue the pages together, not that it's any secret. But I use my Mod Podge, and I just take one page, put the Mod Podge generously, but not too generously. To the edges. And then what I do to prevent too many wrinkles is I just close the book. And then those pages are stuck together without a big mound in the center, okay? Because sometimes we get a wrinkle there. All right, I have one more page to do. And then we are ready to move on. Okay, so I divided it in half. I have 3 of the 2 pages on this side. And 3 on this side. So you're going to open it to the center. What you're going to do now is you're going to paint all of the pages that are facing you with gesso. So that would be this page, and this page, this page, this page, and this page. Okay, and it is going to have to dry in between, otherwise the pages will stick together a little bit more than what I would like to in this technique. So I'm just going to take some gesso and I'm going to spread it around on this 2-page spread. And I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to move forward and gesso the other ones. All right, so these pages are going to be facing you in the book. So we will be working on them, and then the other ones will be tucked under, creating the pockets. It's very fun, very, very fun. Maybe you would like to see what it's going to look like. Okay, you talked me into it. So here's just one-sided with the pockets. So you have a pocket here, okay, to slip things in. So that's what we're going to work on. So this was a 2-page, 2-page, 2-page on one side, and I didn't do it on this side because I've already played with that one on the other side, and I couldn't get that many pages glued together on that side. Okay? All right. You go ahead and gesso your pages. Got way too much gesso. Go ahead and gesso your pages, let them dry. There we go, that's better. Let these dry. And then you're going to gesso this page, let it dry. This page, let it dry. Go to this side. This page, let it dry. And this page, let it dry. Okay, we put 2 pages together for stability. All right, I'm going to let it dry. All right, I have all of my pages gessoed. So here's the center. Here's the next page out. And then the next page out. All right, so we have 3 2 pages on each side of the center. Excuse me. So I picked out 3 watercolors. I don't know that these are the ones I'm going to end up using, but I've got a brown oxide, a Venetian red, and an ochre. The ochre, of course, being my favorite. So I think we will go with the Venetian red first. And I'm going to do the 2-page spread right here. All right. And I'm just going to put some Venetian red in my little bowl there. Add some water. Now mind you, I want it pretty intense, but I do need the water for the alcohol to respond to. So, I'm just going to paint it. Isn't that gorgeous? So you can see the water in there. As usual, I paint the other pages. Don't care. Love that look. Now I'm going to come in with, this is a 91% alcohol. I'm going to spray that a little bit like that. Then I am going to grab the green ink spray. Give that a good spray and then come back in with the alcohol. And I'm going to let that dry naturally. Fun stuff. Fun stuff already, huh? All right, I'm going to let that dry naturally. We'll be back. Okay, here's the center. This is the Venetian red with a green spray. Here's the next 2 pages, which were the ochre and a red spray. And now it's time to do the last ones. And I'm going to do a burnt sienna, and I have the blue left. So let's just see what happens, okay? Burnt sienna. Love burnt sienna. Now the reason I have the gesso down first is to give the watercolor a bite, and also so that it doesn't soak into the old page too much, because it will. All right, nice and juicy, burnt sienna. Come in with a little alcohol. Oh, grabbed the wrong one. Blue. And a little bit more alcohol. And I'm going to let that dry. Do the other side. We're just about ready to create the pocket. Okay, here's our yummy backgrounds. So I have this going on each side. Now this page will stay just like it is. We're not going to fold that one. Okay? The next one we're going to fold, but not all the way like a paper airplane. Just maybe about that much. And you can see if it's straight or not by looking at a line on your book. Alright, and so that's going to go there. And then the middle one, which is next, I'm going to fold it just like it was an old-fashioned airplane, paper airplane. Now, what I can say is I have my glue gun warming up right now. So those are the pockets that we're going to form. Okay? You can take the opportunity now to put some tape on or anything like that. I'm just going to go ahead and make the pockets so that you can see that happen. So I'll go to this side. This is the back of the pocket. I'll take this in, maybe about that far. Hopefully it'll be a little bit different than the other side. This one, just like an old-fashioned paper airplane, all the way down to the center there. And there we have our pockets. Okay? Maybe the glue gun is heated by now. Basically what I'm going to do is put a bead here. Okay. And press that down. I don't very often use the glue gun, but it sure is fast for this. Wow, stringy. And then for this, I'll just put a bead here. And press that page over. I'm going to flip the book. Being right-handed, it's just easier. So I'll put a bead here. And a bead there. You see me kind of bring the book up to meet each other. It helps. It helps to prevent any wrinkles. So there you have it. You have a pocket here and a pocket here. Now I'm going to go through my ephemera and play with some images for this. But you can stop here or you can take it to the moon. I'm going to take it to the moon. Okay, you know it's dark o'clock in the morning and I could not wait to get up and play with this piece. So the supplies that I'm going to use today are my heat tool. It's an embossing heat tool. I've decided to emboss and put focal points on the pockets. An embossing ink pad. Mine's gruesome because I use it so much and we use it in class. Usually they are just a neutral color. Usually they're not green. I have some stamps of some designs. I have my focal points, which we will visit later. And I have some embossing powders. So here again, it's just stuff that I have around, and that's what I'm going to be using today, okay? But look at these delicious pockets. Aren't they beautiful? They really, really are. So I don't know if you've worked with embossing powders or not in the past. They're really easy to play with. I'm going to look at that. Well loved. Oh, well loved. All right, so I'm going to just take this rubber stamp and get some embossing ink on it, which is basically clear. And I don't want it solid, so I'm just going to go around a little bit and put that down. And it's kind of shiny, so you can see where you've put it. I'm going to turn the book. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with that background. It's gorgeous. I'm just going to work with one color at a time. Oh, that's funny, I grabbed the other. I have a couple of embossing pads sitting here. And then this, I believe, is for sorting jewelry, this tray. But I collect the extra embossing powder in this. You can use a piece of paper, anything that you can tap off the extra embossing powder. So I'm going to grab that green. That's pretty. And then I'll try to remember where I put the embossing ink. And put some embossing powder on that. And hopefully I got everything. So remember that your pockets will catch that powder. So you have to tip them away from the pockets. So I'm just going to grab my tray and lift my book up and tap off the excess. Okay. Now I'm going to grab my heat gun. Sorry for the noise. And I'm just going to go around and I'm going to hit this embossing powder. And you will see it get shiny when you're working on it. Can you see the difference? This is the dull unmelted, and this is the melted embossed. So I'm going to shut the camera off, and I'm going to go ahead and finish this page. Okay, so I added a gold color to both pages. Now I'm going to tap this back into my container and then hit this with my heat gun. There we go. We've got the lime green and the kind of an ochre color. Very, very fun pockets. Yippee. All right, so I've got some focal points picked out that I went through my stash. I'm going to go ahead and glue these on here and probably embellish a little bit, and then I'll show you the final product. Well, here's the finished piece. I've zoomed in a little bit. Maybe you can see things a little bit better. I put a wing on her, and it was large, so I glued it down and then went in with an X-Acto and cut that so that the pockets are still free. Same thing on this. This was a piece of street artwork from Arizona. So I glued it down and then went in with the X-Acto so that that pocket is still free. Okay, then I went in and doodled, put some white dots around. I love it. The colors are great. Yep, pretty good piece. Pretty good pocket piece. All right, go create. Go play. Go have fun. Thank you so much for watching another pocket page in the Altered book. See you next time.